Here we have the serratus anterior. Serratus anterior means that it's going to be attaching to the ribs directly anteriorly, so you can see them over here. The other thing that we can see on this anterior view is the pectoralis major. And the pectoralis minor is going to be directly underneath the pectoralis major, and so for us to see them, we have to remove this. And you can see right over here, so this is your pectoralis major here on the outside, and on the inside you have the pectoralis minor right underneath the pectoralis major. And these, while the major is going to be important for movement of the shoulder, and the pectoralis minor is going to be important not only for movement of the shoulder, but it will also help a little bit with movement of the scapula. Over here we have the diaphragm. The diaphragm is the muscle that will separate the thoracic, which is above, so the thoracic cavity, from the abdominal cavity. And when the diaphragm contracts, it pushes the organs in the abdominal cavity down, creating a bigger space here in the thoracic cavity for the lungs to expand. And once the diaphragm relaxes, then it moves back up and it squishes the lungs. That way it expels the air inside of the lungs. Over here on the sides we have the obliques. The one that's more lateral is the external oblique. The one here in the middle is the internal oblique. And the last one is the transversus abdominis. And you can see how the last one is going to be the transversus abdominis because these fibers here of the muscles are running transverse. So this is a little bit confusing where the internal oblique is actually in the middle and not internally. Okay, so don't get that confused. A couple more muscles that we need to talk about. So here we have the Psoas Major, and over here we have the Iliacus. Now the Psoas Major and the Iliacus are important for flexion at the hip, and you can see how the Iliacus is going to be attaching over here to the iliac crest of your iliac bone. One more right over here, we have what we call the quadratus lumborum. So as you can see, it looks like a little square for quadratus, and it's on the lumbar region. And the quadratus lumborum is going to be important because it's going to depress the ribs, and it's also going to flex laterally. The last one that we need to talk about is the rectus abdominis, which are your abs. You guys probably know them as your abs. And I know here it's hard for you to see, but your rectus abdominis is going to come all the way up here. So it's important for you to look at the other models in this lab tour that belong to other stations, that you'll be able to see the rectus abdominis a little bit better.